welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning back in with us today. We are doing something even more special. We're inspecting this nice Peterbilt here. Got a friend of mine that's looking to buy it, and we just want to make sure that it's sound. He's bought a truck that's cost him a lot of money, so we're going to go through this truck, not a full inspection, but just look at all the obvious things that wear and make sure that it's good to go for him. And then we're going to take it for a drive, which we will take you along on. The first thing I want to check is kingpins, basically the steering of the front of the truck. If you look at these tires, they're kind of rounded, they're not really worn, they're what they call cupping, that's uneven. That's usually a sign of kingpins. So we're going to jack the truck up. We're going to put a bar under the tire. We're going to make sure the front end of this truck is nice and sound. This truck actually has 1.5 million miles on it with a fresh motor. So let's get this jacked up and see what we got going on. Oh, dude, see these brakes. Yeah, so the drum is warped. The brake shoes are too thin, the drum is warped. That's why it doesn't want to spin freely. We get to there, that's warped. Oh yeah, there is some play there. Actually. Yeah. They're not terrible. There's definitely movement there. It really needs kingpins and these front brakes. Let's go ahead and set it down and go check the other side to see if it's better or worse. Those brakes. It needs brakes. Nothing serious, but needs brakes. Yeah, there's quite a bit of movement.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So it definitely needs kingpins. For 1.5 million miles, that's to be expected. Oh, there's your home away from home.
So he did say they would do the windshield, cracked windshield there.
So here's all your gauges right here. So it tells you if your air filter is getting plugged. That's your air filter.
We got that done.
Oh, thank you so much. Transmission temp. Front drive axle temperature, or your oil temperature. Rear drive axle oil temperature. Boost. Is that boost temp? Yeah, I think that's your boost, or not boost temp, but your exhaust manifold pressure. You got exhaust manifold temperature, 2 air pressures for your air tanks. I think that's it. Oh look, even got a clock. We checked out the front end. We saw we need kingpins, we need front brakes. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to check out brakes and bushings on the back axles. There's 2 drive axles, 4 sets of duals, a whole bunch of fun stuff back there. So let's go check that out. Watch AJ fumble around here. You look down in here, you can see our brake shoes. I don't know how well you're actually able to get that. There we go. See how much thicker these are than the fronts. This shoulder, I don't know if you can see the shoulder, that's your wear indicator. That tells you if they're getting too thin or not. Looks really good. These bushings here for your track bars are known to wear out. These have definitely been replaced. Both sides, you can't really see that one. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Those usually blow out, so those are good. Rubber on top of your shocks is good and clean. That's not all blown out. Your shocks aren't all rusty and nasty, so that's a very good sign. Look down in there, you can see the U-joints. We don't have a whole lot of rust tracking. That's usually a sign of a bad U-joint, is when you got rust coming out of there. Those look pretty good. Look like they've been well greased. Again, same thing. We got really good shoe thickness back here. That lip right there is your wear indicator. Airbags look good. There's no cracking in the rubber anywhere. Same thing, rubber on the shocks is good, not all wore out. This track bar looks older than the front one, but it's still in pretty good shape. One small thing I found, this is the wire for your differential oil temperature. That's pretty common for those to break off. It's easily fixed. No cracking in our, a little bit there, but that's not bad. But it's not cracking, it's just starting to weather. Actually, that might be paint. Oh, yep, see, that's just paint. paint on there, so they look really good. The wiring is not all cobbled up. Looks really good. If we look at the fifth wheel, you look down the middle of the jaws, you can actually see it kind of bells at the end. That's kind of a sign of a worn fifth wheel plate. Just the wear from the kingpin beating around in there the whole time. But overall, this is a really good looking truck. Let's go get some keys, throw a license plate on it, check the fuel, and go take it for a spin. Should be a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've driven one. So this frame has definitely been painted, but it's just in really good shape. There's not a lot of rust or corrosion. Something else we notice is you can definitely see some corrosion on the edges here. Not a big deal, not a lot of structure. Again, it's an 02. This truck's got 1.5 million miles on it. Yeah. Oh, that's just water there. But yeah, not bad at all. These stacks are awesome. If that's your cup of tea anyway. These front bumpers are really prone to being bent. They sit low to the ground. Sometimes when you're pulling in or out, you hit these bumpers. This right here is all flat. There's no signs that it's ever been bent. Looks really good. This had a different style light on it. You can see the rectangle. They put nicer lights on. But this side here you can see is lightly been bent, and that is, again, very light. That's very minimal. I've seen way, way worse than that. So this bumper's awesome. Again, they had the square light or rectangle light down here.
Big as a green truck.
Clutch needs to be adjusted.
Too loose or?
Yeah, too much
tight.
free play.
Yeah. You guys got triples up here.
You can do that here.
Yep, not in Michigan.
Nope. Kind of chugging, almost sounds like the Jake is on. They said we only have 4 inches in our fuel tank, so it might be sucking some air and kind of chugging because it's not getting solid fuel. I was trying to see where the fuel gauge even is on this thing. Oh yeah, it's below E. See there, it sounds good. Yeah, it's still doing a little bit. That's what these sound like. I love that sound. Yeah, the front end's definitely. The tires. You can feel it. Do you feel that? The hot one?
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't do it. So it was sucking air. It's start and stop. It's sucking some air in the fuel tank. Fuel's getting a little low. Thanks. Overall, this truck is in really good shape for being a 2002, and it's got, actually it's 1.6 million miles on it, 1.65. Really good shape, well taken care of. I would guess this was an owner-operator truck, meaning guy ran self-employed. Frame's been repainted, but it's not all scaly, nasty, so they definitely took care of it in that way. Brakes are pretty good, except for the front we saw, kingpins we saw. Paint on the body. It's been repainted once. Who knows if it's been wrecked or not. But overall, it runs and drives really good. Transmission shifts good when I can figure out how to shift it. Engine runs good, aside from the fact that we're running out of fuel. But overall, this thing is a nice truck. I think this is going to make Connor a really good truck. So we'll get see if they'll do front brakes and kingpins. Yeah, the fifth wheel's not as big of a deal. That really is on the owner. Alright guys, today was a little different than our normal procedure plan, however you want to look at it. We got the lathe out of my semi-trailer and we got it all set up so I can make some cool projects, work on an adapter for the come and swap. We also drove down to northern Indiana, we're in Michigan, to look at a semi-truck for a buddy of mine. He's really been through a lot. He bought a truck, it cost him a ton of money, and it's time to get him a nice truck. So we found this Peterbilt. We drove down an hour to go take a look at it, looked it all over, found it's in really good shape, drove it, had a blast doing it, and definitely recommended that he go ahead and buy this truck. We periodically do these inspections. We got friends and family asking us to look at cars, trucks. This one was a semi. We can do equipment. We're definitely going to include you guys on these. Some future projects we have coming. I just picked up an Avalanche that I'm going to Duramax swap on top of my other Avalanche, which you'll see eventually. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a little different. We like mixing things up a little bit. Definitely like and subscribe. If you guys have anything that you'd be interested in us doing, interested in seeing, definitely write down in the comments below. But thank you again for watching, and see you next time.